This morning I'm here at the shop. The guys actually already headed out to go work. They have a huge job they're going to be doing, removing a bunch of huge trees. But this morning I'm actually going to be working on the fender, so there's a bunch of people over there. One of the guys actually backed up into it. Luckily they weren't going too fast, so it just damaged the fender. Got the headlight, we'll be replacing that. I already got all the bolts off. Luckily didn't reach any of this the frame or anything like that. Did hit the door here a little bit, but we're not going to replace a whole door just for that little dent. Either way, it's a work truck. But I already got a bunch of bolts off. I got the grill off. The grill's completely fine. The hood is completely fine. Got the grill there all ready to go. Right now I'm working on getting this fender off. I already took a bunch of bolts off. I have a video I'll show you guys, a time lapse of me taking these bolts off. I want to get this fender off so then I could take this emblem off. I got a heat gun over there. I'll remove this emblem off, then we'll have to stick it back onto the new fender. A couple weeks ago we ordered a fender, paint matched already. It's already all ready to go. I doubt it's going to be exactly the same color. This car's pretty old. It's like a 2012 or something like that. It is the same paint code, but it is fresh paint, so it's not going to match perfectly, but it is a work truck, so we're not too worried about that. We want to make sure it just looks pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect. Both these headlights are going to be replaced. I got 2 of those, and we got a couple tail lights that we need to replace. But right now I'm going to work on getting that fender off. We'll completely remove that, and then we'll continue on. Got to get these headlights off at some point. You can see these tabs are broken. Got to unbolt those. This one's all ready to go. That's why you got to get the grill off so we could do this. I haven't seen any videos or anything like that. I'm not too sure how to do this, but all I know is got to find all the bolts. I know fender has a bunch of hidden bolts. I got a bunch up there that were pretty tight. Right now you guys are going to see me take off the wheel well. I already took that all off, got that plastic out. It's a little bit of a pain. And then you'll see me take all these bolts off the fender. Got that all knocked out. Then we'll get this headlight off, get all the new stuff over here, get the new fender and all that stuff, get it all ready to go. It's much easier getting stuff off. I know it's going to be a bigger pain getting stuff back on. Hopefully it all lines up good, but we'll see how it goes. See, it's completely destroyed, but luckily we could use these bulbs for the new headlights. So let's continue on. We got to get that fender off. What I noticed too is that I have to get this small plastic piece off. It's a small mini fender, and luckily it's not damaged because I think all we ordered was this piece. We'll get that off, that way we could get those bolts back there. Right now I can't get a socket on it. I was trying everything to get through there, and then I noticed that I had to take this off. Like I said, I haven't watched anything, but we're learning as we go, because I have no clue what I'm doing, but all I know is we got to get this fender off. There's no way this is the correct way to take this one bolt off, but I keep bending the bracket, and there's 3 holes here. I'm guessing for that same bracket to not spin. You could take the bracket off completely off here, but then you have to get this one piece off and the bolts in here. So to get that off, it's going to be a real struggle. I think you have to get the fender off to take that off. So I stuck an Allen key, another Allen key, and a screwdriver here, and now I'm being able to take this one bolt off. But I feel like it's gonna snap, but we'll see. I mean, it's the best thing I could do. I was bending the bracket way too much and I didn't buy a new bracket, so as long as the bolt doesn't snap in there, We'll bend that bracket to where we need it, get that bolt back on there later. What's up, gorgeous?
You're not feeling well.
You're not feeling well? Oh, man. Your tummy hurts, you're sick. That's why you didn't go to school today? Can't go to school when you're sick, right?
I'll get my friends sick too. So I gotta stay home.
Yeah, but now you're gonna get me sick from you being next to me. I don't want to get sick.
I'm not coughing.
You're not coughing? You're not gonna get me sick?
When I cough, I'm going to run away.
You're gonna close your mouth?
Yes, I do.
You're gonna cover your mouth when you cough?
Like this. No, not like with your hands. You get germs.
You get germs, not with your hands, with
Not
your elbow.
No, this is your elbow.
With what then?
Your arm, like.
Oh, your arm on your arm? Yeah, you're... Well,
I gotta leave
that
by.
was you're gonna leave?
Yeah,
Where you going?
to Grandma.
To Grandma. Okay. See you later.
See you later. Come back if you leave. Okay?
Alright, see you later. Gotta somehow get this off. This for the antenna. Obviously, I'm gonna need to get this metal bracket off. I think we just gotta pull on these, then this will come off. But I also think that I need to unscrew it here somehow. I was trying to do this before I took the fender off, but I thought that maybe, because I really couldn't spin this, but I'm pretty sure that's what you gotta do. You gotta spin this cap off, and then this bottom piece will come off. But we'll see. Got the fender off. That was actually pretty easy to take off. I knew I had to unscrew this from the start. I've never taken one of these off. I figured that you just kind of get a flat head and spin this, which you probably can, but I just didn't have enough strength to get it to spin. I used one of these and it spun right away. Didn't even damage at all, which was my concern from the start. That's why I didn't want to use one of these. Either way, if it got damaged, I would have just got a new one of these. Either way, you could see the plastic's all, pretty sure this is supposed to be black and it's all faded out. So let's continue on. Brought the new fender over so you guys could see it. We chose to go with the OEM one because you could choose either the OEM or I guess like another aftermarket type one. OEM fender, and then I got it paint matched to the paint coat of the truck. Looks really good, but I think after a good buff on that one, we might be able to get it pretty close. It'll look pretty good though. Like I said, it's just a work truck, so we're not too worried about that. It's gonna take a while to get this fender on, so I think I'm gonna knock that out first. Then we'll deal with the emblem whenever we have a chance. It's not really a big deal. I'd rather get the fender on. Alright, so we got the fender on there. I've been trying to get these panels to line up the best they can. That's pretty good. I mean, they don't have to be perfect. You can see this side. I think this side's a little bit more narrow, but honestly, it's not too bad for not really spending too much time. I think with a good buff and shine, it'll look pretty good. You can see it up against the hood here. It's not too bad. I think this one's a little bit darker. Plus, it's much cleaner than the old paint, but I think with a good buff, it'll look pretty good. Either way, like I said, it's a work truck, so as long as it looks kind of decent, much better than that fender completely broken. Now we have to get these lights on. I'm about to go grab the brand new lights, start fitting them up, see how they look, so I can put that front grille back on. We try to go kind of OEM, but not exactly OEM. I think they look pretty good. We'll see how they look. We're all set. All that's left is to change these mirrors. I don't know if I'll have time today. It's already getting pretty late, but I gotta change this mirror, and I got one for the other side as well. We're gonna change both, but oh, and I also got to put the emblem on there, but looks pretty good. I got the wheel well. I thought it was gonna be much harder. Luckily I was able to get that in there, no problem. Both lights are on. I even got the small halos around there working. I think they look alright. I prefer the OEM style. There was a bunch of darker color ones, but I think those look pretty good. Either way, like I've been saying, it's a work truck. It just looks much better with a fixed fender. Now we just got to wash it, buff it, and it'll look pretty good. We'll probably have somebody try to either pull these dents, maybe take it to a body shop and see what they could do about it. But if it's too much, we won't even worry about it. But we definitely want to get the paint corrected, try to match it as best we can. If you look at it from here to here, obviously that side is completely dirty, but if you could check out the hood, the paint actually matches really good with the hood. Once this door gets cleaned up, I think it'll look pretty good as well. I was able to get the panels to line up pretty good. Doesn't look bad at all. That back section, other than the door, I think it looks pretty good. You guys let me know what you think. I'll probably go grab the mirrors, start setting them up, but I also want to take that emblem off that fender. And I got a huge mess I got to clean up, so we'll see. We'll see how much time we got. Got the emblem off, no problem. I just heated it up with the heat gun. Then I got some wire right behind it. Now all we got to do is find something sticky so we can stick it back onto the other fender. I'll place this to the side for now. Once we find something to be able to stick it onto the fender with, we'll do that. Now I'm going to move on to these mirrors. Honestly, most of the stuff is pretty straightforward. We got the door panel off. Now we follow these wires. Should be able to unplug it right here. Then yeah, you have a second one here, and then we unplug the wire. There's a clip here, get that unclipped, and then we take off these two screws. Should be able to take the mirror off. Pretty straightforward. I'm honestly surprised I even got the fender on there, and I already got the emblem already. And it's not even the end of the day. I thought I wasn't even going to be able to get that wheel well by the end of the day, but everything's going pretty smooth now. Got both headlights, was able to wire them up, even got the halos running. Keep moving, let's knock this out. Most likely only be able to knock this one out. It's already getting pretty late. It's starting to get dark much quicker now, but we're going to get this done. Hopefully knock this one out, get that door panel back on. Completely destroyed. Got the mirror on there. You can see it all works. Now let's start knocking out this this door panel before the sun sets. I got the door panel back on there. I still got to get the window switch on there. It's actually broken, so I was thinking maybe we should get a new one. I got the mirror all connected up, all bolted up. Either way, we're going to continue tomorrow. We still got to do the tail lights. I got to do that other left side. If I have a little bit of time, I'll do it tomorrow. It's already pretty dark out. The guys actually blew a hose on the Mini today working, so I'm gonna get that disconnected. Tomorrow in the morning we go head out right away and get the new hose. I'll take both of these off. You see them there, completely destroyed, but I'm gonna knock that out and then I'll call it a day. Made it here to the shop. This morning we're gonna be continuing the work on this truck. We still gotta put the mirror on this side. We knocked out last night the one on that side. But first of all, this morning I went out and I grabbed new hydraulic lines for the Mini. We're gonna quickly get that all connected up, and then we're gonna head over to where the guys are. They're still working on this huge job with a bunch of dead trees that we were knocking out yesterday. Once we drop off that, we'll come back to the shop and we'll continue on the brown truck. But first, let's get this Mini back to them. 17. Yeah, it's definitely a 16, but and let's hope that these ends are correct, because they gave me the hose without these ends, and sometimes it's backwards opening and closing, but it's whatever, doesn't really matter much. Got both hoses on there. I got the protective covering back on. I put the strap on there. Now we're gonna head over, drop off the machine, then we're gonna come back to the shop so we can work on the truck. Made it over to where the guys are. So here you could see they're removing all these dead ash trees. Got a bunch down this row here. There's some huge ones back there where you could kind of see the bucket truck back there, but there's a bunch of wood all ready to get picked up, and then they have a bunch of ash trees that they need to remove on this side. Right now I'm going to drop off the Mini and we're going to head back to the shop to work on the truck, but you could see they still have a bunch of work here left. They've made good progress. There was a bunch of trees here, but they're going to continue moving on, getting all these branches chipped up, and then either tomorrow or the next day we're going to come by with the skid steer to pick up all the bigger logs. Some of the first ash trees that we took out in the front were probably the biggest ones we've ever seen. Tall, yeah, they've always been that tall, but wide. Honestly, don't even know the diameter of them. I doubt the skid steer is even going to be able to pick them up, but we'll see. We got to come back here in a couple days or tomorrow whenever the guys finish up with the trees. Start loading up those logs. Once I finish with the ram, once that ram's ready to go, I'll be back over here with the guys helping them out. My brother's gonna come over so he could go take that chip truck to get dumped. I'm gonna head back to the shop. I'm gonna walk around just to show you guys what we got done yesterday. So we installed all new headlights. They look pretty good, similar to OEM, which is what we wanted. Then you can see the fender matches pretty good with the hood. The color's basically there. It is a little bit different, but once we get a buff, I don't think you'll notice it. You can really tell from the fender to the door, but I think it's because it's all dirty here, and this dent is kind of throwing it off. So once we get a badge on there, we should be good. We also got this mirror replaced. It was completely broken. Knocked that out before. I already put the door panel back on there, got the window switch on there. Everything's ready to go. Plastic piece. We're gonna move on to the back. I want to replace these tail lights. You can see this one's completely broken, and then this one was completely broken. We haven't got a new tailgate. You can see it's completely damaged. The reason why we don't have a tailgate is because the fender actually got damaged maybe like a month ago or so, and then the tailgate happened, I want to say maybe a week ago. So now we have to order this up, get it all fixed up. But either way, we got the headlights we got to change. Got to change that headlight, and then we also got to install the emblem on the fender, maybe clean it up a little bit. After we knock all that out, we might go over to where the guys are, but we'll see what time it is. If it's already pretty late, we might not even worry about that. The mechanic right now is actually working on our chipper. This is the backup chipper that keeps breaking. He's gonna try to fix it and make sure it's all good, and he's also working on our bucket truck, making sure that's all good. We're all ready back here. It should be pretty easy. It's just these two bolts. It does say I need a T20. There's a T25. Fits perfectly on there. These are the new tail lights. I would have much preferred maybe going OEM, but these were much cheaper. Don't really like this black border nor the chrome, but it's whatever. I mean, it'll look better than these. These are broken anyway, so We'll replace these, see how they look, and then we got to get that emblem on the fender. I think this light is burnt out. I think I'm gonna grab the one from that side and then see if it works, because the bolt did look kind of burned up, but we'll see. Yeah, you can see this one isn't completely dark like that other one. So we'll try this one out and just see if it works. Reverse light worked, and the brake light's actually this one. Thought that one might have been the brake light, but it's all good. We actually need a bulb for this one. I think I'm gonna grab the bulb, put it back on that side. Quickly ran an AutoZone. Now I could put the bulb on before I put the new tail light on there. Tail lights are both on. They look alright, but better than the broken ones for sure. Other than that black border around it, I think it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think it should be able to stick on here, especially after passing a little bit of sandpaper. Should be able to stick on there, no problem. I heated up the surface a little bit, and then I stuck it, and then I heated it up again, so it should be on there good. Can't wait to buff this area, get a nice wash, clean up the truck. Hopefully you can't really tell the difference. You could tell that it looks good with the hood, even this little section. So I'm pretty sure with a nice buff, once you get all this dust off, it'll look real good. But we got that emblem on there, we got both mirrors on both sides, and then we got both headlights all done. We're all set. It took me about a day and a half to knock everything out, but luckily we got that fender done, got the wheel well put back on, we got both headlights, mirrors. We're all done for the day. The guys should be getting here pretty soon. I do want to thank anybody who took their time out of the day to watch the video. Any questions, any comments, any tips for me, leave them down below. Catch you guys next time.